You hear that? That's the sound of scraping the bottom of the barrel and finding nothing. So, Chris Pratt was trending on Twitter again. Cancelled again, it seems, over this time fake tweets. I don't know if you guys remember the first time Chris Pratt was cancelled, but just in case you don't, let me run you a play-by-play. So it all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just occurred to people that Chris Pratt was Christian. And it occurred to them right at the point where he did not attend a fundraiser stream for Joe Biden or something. So they were like, ugh, that means he doesn't like Biden. That means he's Republican. And he's Christian, so he's probably homophobic. Gotta cancel this guy. Because we interpret him to be this way, he must be this way. So basically, people were trying to cancel Chris Pratt because of nothing. It's like no reason. They just made up their own reason based on evidence, as though they were collecting evidence for a crime. And honestly, something wonderful happened. Something that I would not normally expect to happen. The other actors that played the Avengers stepped in and defended Chris Pratt. And I do feel like it's important to note that a lot of times that will not happen, where other people in the industry defend somebody who's being canceled. Because when you defend somebody, you take the risk of also being canceled with them. So a lot of the times people have their own self-interest in mind. They'll want to distance themselves away if you're going to put a target on their back. Even on YouTube, we have the same type of mindset. And think about when PewDiePie was being canceled. A lot of people were talking about it. Some people were in fact defending him, and some people were like, well, he did use the hard R. I don't know if I'd call him a friend. He's more like an acquaintance. But let me tell you something. It's more brave to stand up for your friend when they need you, even if that means that you'll get caught in the crossfire. If you know somebody is innocent, stand up for them. But regardless, people who wanted to cancel Chris Pratt still want to cancel Chris Pratt. And they're not going about it in the best of ways. Apparently, they just don't think this man is pure enough. So they really, really want to convince other people that he's a bad person. So a few days ago, RIP Chris Pratt was trending on Twitter. And for the most part, nobody knew why. It just seemed to blow up out of nowhere. He didn't do anything. And then it turned out that there were some fake tweets made and posted all together on one tweet that actually blew up. And the person who shared these fake tweets didn't specify that they were fake tweets, and they were just, making a mockery of him. They allowed people to believe that they were real tweets. They are super fake. I mean, very parody-like, but people believe fake tweets all the time. And especially if you already don't like somebody, you're looking for more reasons to not like them. So you're more willing to believe that this tweet, that's ridiculous tweet, is actually real, because you want to believe that the person is an evil person, and they would totally say that. Later on, somebody tweeted out that the tweets were obviously a joke, and apparently they didn't mean for it to get this big. You probably should have specified in the original tweet that it was a joke. But don't get them wrong, they definitely do want to cancel Chris Pratt. They just wanted to do it by posting a joke with fake tweets from things he never said. And then someone else who was a part of making the fake tweets tweeted out, "Normalized blaming Chris Pratt and Jeremy Renner for things they didn't do." So while these tweets are 100% fake, there are still gonna be people online who believe them. There are always people online who believe things, no matter how obviously fake it is. And within these tweets, there was actually one real tweet that they were retweeting in order to prove that he is as awful as the fake tweets. And this is it. It's a Bank of America pen that reads "Made in China" on the top. So he didn't even make a joke about it. He just posted the picture and said someone could make a joke about this. For some reason, people were mad because they thought the picture was offensive to China, to Chinese people. If anything, Shouldn't you be offended at Bank of America for getting their pens at China? You remember what happens in China, right? You know how they get their low prices. We learned about this in 4th grade. They're called sweatshops. China doesn't treat its citizens very well. I've had so many experiences with products with the American flag, and it's super American, super pumped up, and they'll try to sell it as though it's made in America. What they'll do is they'll say designed in America. That's how they get you. You look at the tag, it's made in China. It was designed in America, and then they outsourced to China to actually make it. I don't like that. You know where you can get 100% American-made stuff? Stone Clean Soap at stonecleansoap.com, discount code DanFan. So Chris Pratt has not been responding to this, rightfully so. I mean, he really doesn't have to respond. He didn't do anything wrong. It's literally people now making shit up to prove that he's a bad person. And then when it blows up and people realize the tweets are fake, you just claim that it's a joke. But people every now and then will say that cancel culture is actually a good thing because, it weeds out bad people from profiting off of life, I guess. Just like anything, no profit for bad people ever. Some people might say, actors have some sort of moral authority because they can reach our youth. I would personally never rely on any actors to have any moral authority over my children. I don't know about you guys, but I hope you know that Hollywood's not a nice place. But you see, one of the biggest problems with cancel culture is that there are people out there who will just decide that they hate someone and obsess over ruining their life. There are a lot of people in the world, and yes, a good bunch of them are crazy. And all of the crazy people just so happen to all be on Twitter. And they tweet very often because they're crazy. You see how this all wraps in together? Crazy people have more power on Twitter because they tweet so often. That's how Twitter's whole algorithm, how they decide trending things, that's how that all works. They can create outrage over a person despite them actually doing nothing wrong. They can create fake outrage using fake evidence against them when they actually did nothing wrong. But another big problem with cancel culture is how divisive it encourages us to be. I mean, people can get fired and get their lives ruined just by having an unpopular opinion that somebody recirculates through the internet. And obviously, those unpopular opinions could be politically based. If you don't have an approved opinion by the people who are hiring you, somebody could reveal that you don't have that opinion, spread it throughout the internet, and then boom, you're fired. And just to put that into perspective, imagine you said on the internet that you didn't like Star Wars, which is an unpopular opinion. Well, most people like Star Wars. And you forget about that tweet for a while, but then one day, this crazy stalker person decides to go through your tweets and find one that could get you canceled. They find the Star Wars tweet, and because they know that people like Star Wars, they rile up all the people who like Star Wars to get you canceled. And what if they actually succeed? Then you got canceled because you didn't like Star Wars, and that's pretty bullshitty. When it comes to these types of things, I think anyone who breaks the law should probably be fired, whatever the legal process rules in that regard. Or if somebody can't do their job, if they're just incompetent, then maybe they should be fired. Other than those two things, I really don't think canceling people on Twitter based on stuff that they do or said or didn't do in this case is unpopular. That's a bad precedent to set. We don't want to move the goalpost over here. You either have to break the law or not be able to do your job. If you have an unpopular opinion, that's none of our business. It doesn't affect me if you don't like Star Wars. But that's just my opinion on the matter. I think cancel culture is dangerous. I think we could learn a lot from these times and from these stories so that we don't make the same mistakes over and over again. But let me know what you think about the whole Chris Pratt thing, about these people making these fake tweets up and it going viral on Twitter. Do you agree with them that Chris Pratt is a bad person and he needs needs to be canceled? How do you feel about cancel culture in general? Because I'm sure you all have your own individual opinions, and that's what's great about you, is that you're individuals. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like the video. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, bye!